multitude of things at that time. My brother, he's a few years older than I am for one thing. He had a daughter at that time. WWE at that time, they were looking for guys to come in and see if they was going to work out or not. And to have to start all over again, I don't think my brother really wanted to have to put himself through that. So I think he just say, let me take a step back and and continue to live life and have fun and be happy. And he's done his thing. After that happened, though, my brother went to Europe and worked over there, and he did a lot of stuff over there for a few years. And so he wasn't out of the business, but most people thought he was. But I think that's what it was more than anything, family, and just wanting to just not have to go through that rat race.
Before the Hall of Fame call came for earlier this year for Harlem Heat,
yeah.
Was there ever any conversation with Vince or Bruce or anybody about doing a Harlem Heat in WWE?
No, it wasn't, because my brother, when he stepped away from it, and, my brother and I, we had tag team for 9 years together in WCW. We had a hell of a run. And I just don't know if my brother still wanted. I don't think he was hungry at that time like it was when back in WCW. The business had changed at that time as well. We was moving into a totally new era, and I think my brother was like, man, I do not want to have to deal with what's going on and having to have to prove myself. I think that might have been it more than anything.
No, I mean, but I think Stevie gets overlooked a lot. For how great he was within Harlem Heat, because obviously you went on to have this incredible singles career, but what y'all did together, man, one could have been successful without the other at that time.
No, I mean, and I say for me getting in the business, as a singles wrestler, and who's to say if I would have ever made it? Right. I know when my brother and I, got in as a tag team, when people saw us, people still say it to this day. They say, man, you guys, man, we saw you guys, man, we were scared, man. Man, you guys were awesome, man. Man, you guys, and that let us know that we had an impact, from two totally different perspectives. My brother was the bruiser, and I would come in and, do a lot of the, high flying work. But together as a tag team, Harlem Heat, definitely, I think we'll go down literally in history, top 5 tag teams of all time. In my book, top 5. In a lot of people's book, we might even be a little bit higher. But I have to give so many, great tag teams that came before us, a lot of props as well, because if it wasn't for teams like the Midnight Express, who was my favorite tag team of all time, and watching these guys go out and work as a tandem, and it's a unit. They were a contained unit. They went out there and worked literally cohesive, and that's what was beautiful, as well as rock and roll. Those guys were. I mean, everybody give the Road Warriors the props because those guys, came out and, had that, rock theme going, had the hardware as well,
yeah.
And the bodies. But the guys who put the tag team on the map, for me was, Midnight Express, beautiful Bobby Eaton, and Loverboy Dennis Condrey. And I tell you, and Rock and Roll Express, of course, man, those guys, Robert Gibson and Ricky Morton, they don't come no better than those two guys. And I swear, Harlem Heat is somewhere right along in that same conversation with that legendary and plethora of great tag teams. I tell you, so I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.